I guess it's about that time of year where these sorts of storms start forming, right, Dan?
You know, we do watch the tropical Eastern Pacific. It's not because they actually come all the way up here and make landfall on the Central Coast, although occasionally some of the remnants do, but sometimes the moisture does make it up here, and certainly that would be kind of nice, although it doesn't always work out well for us. Last year, we had some moisture sneaking up from a tropical system, and we ended up with a lightning siege, so it's worth watching anyway. This is Andres, and it is a tropical storm, 40 miles per hour, so sub-hurricane status. Andres is expected to basically move off to the northwest and just kind of fade away here over the next day or two. It's still pretty early in the season. Water temperatures are pretty cool, so hard to get a strong storm going. But as I mentioned, we do watch the moisture, and I've got the moisture turned on here, and you can see that none of that moisture seems to make it anywhere here close to us on the west coast anytime soon. So either way, sometimes it can end up bringing some rain to the desert southwest, but we're not really in that season just yet. We don't have those types of pumps pumping just yet, as far as the moisture is concerned. Otherwise, it's been another nice day out there. I was out in Pacific Grove in Monterey this afternoon. It was beautiful out there. There was just a light breeze off the water, and even though the temperatures were in the low 60s, it still felt pretty warm. And right now, it's 68 degrees in Salinas, 67 in Watsonville, 75 in Santa Cruz, and inland 70s and 80s, and almost some 90s in the far south, so definitely feeling warm out there on this Mother's Day. Winds, not too bad. We're about 10 to 15 miles per hour for most locations around the bay and into some of our interior valleys. We'll get a little bit gusty in the valleys here over the next couple of hours before the sun goes down. But as we look at the bigger picture, high pressure still in control right now. It's right here, and there's a big trough right here. We're going to be basically stuck in between those two features for the next week or so. So we'll be in this northwesterly flow, which is going to occasionally throw us some bouts of offshore winds here over the next couple days. That's where the concern is for fire danger up in the mountains. Now that will kind of die down later in the week, and we'll get a little bit more westerly on the coast, but the bigger, warmer air mass is going to stay in place. So inland areas, you're going to stay very warm this week, but coastal areas, after another warm day or two tomorrow and the next day, we'll probably see some cooler, cloudier weather. The model has some clouds out there tonight. I don't think we're going to see any. We may see a little bit of fog in the bay by tomorrow morning, but generally expecting a mostly clear night like we've had over the last couple of nights. And then during the day tomorrow, mostly sunny once again, a light offshore breeze early in the day, and then a light onshore breeze in the afternoon. The sea breeze, the air conditioning kicking in, keep us feeling nice on the coast without all of that inland heat. As we look at our temperature forecast for tomorrow, it is going to be toasty up high in the mountains. 91, I think, is actually our hot spot tomorrow in Ben Lomond. We'll be in the mid-80s in Scotts Valley, 70s down on the Santa Cruz coast. Looking pretty nice there. There were some big swells coming into Asilomar this afternoon, so keep an eye. There are occasionally some bigger sets coming in, but no major waves to worry about. 70s in Watsonville to Salinas, 80s in Hollister, 90 in Gilroy tomorrow, 60s back on the southeast shore of the bay and around the peninsula as well, highs in the 60s tomorrow. But pretty comfortable. They're warm for this time of year by a couple of degrees for most cities. Monterey, you top out at 68. Carmel at 67, and point southward, we'll see some 70s and 80s in the Salinas Valley, and maybe a few spots approaching that 90-degree spot again. Over the next 7 on the coast, we'll cool off a little bit over the next several days, more seasonable weather, and I do expect an increase in low clouds by midweek or so. And then a weak weather system is going to slide through, but it's not going to bring us any rain. We'll just see a few extra clouds, I think, as we head toward the end of the week. But again, it looks like a dry weather system might have a little wind with it on Saturday. Inland areas also just warm and breezy for the next 7 days. Basically, what you've been getting, you're going to get a little more of the same as we head through the next week.